Alright guys, so today we are going to do carburetor and fuel lines on a homelite trimmer. This is, flip over there buddy. This is, I don't know if you can see that or not. I can barely see it, but I'm blind. Model ut33600a. Alright, all the parts come in a kit. They'll be in the description below. Comes with a couple of air filters, comes with the fuel line you'll need, comes with a carburetor adjustment tool so you can adjust your carburetor. It's a Pac-Man, very handy. Gaskets, carburetor, spare primer bulbs, spark plug. What else we got in here? More primer bulbs. A couple of fuel filters. This is a one-way duckbill valve. This goes underneath the primer ball. So replacement one of those. Usually they send two of them, but got a replacement one of them. So everything you need, super cheap, in the description below. Click the link. It'll redirect you right to Amazon. Alright, so I guess let me clear out a spot for me to do this here. Alright, that should be good right there. Alright, first thing we're going to do is take off the air filter cover. Take the air filter out. We have, turn the flashlight on. We have two T25 torque screws. Gotta take those two out and remove this air filter assembly. Remove this. Then carburetor is stuck to this, but it will literally just pop right off. It's a fucking thing. It's stuck right on there. Alright, it's going to take a little oomph to get this thing off. I'm going to really get on that thing and pry it off. This throttle cable comes straight out like that. And the fuel lines, just cut them off, get them out of there, get them out of the way. Get this carburetor out of here. We're going to take this gas cap off. Man, this thing is rough. Look at the stuff in there. Alright, so we got to get all that cleaned out. We got to get all this fuel line out of there, all this filter out of there. We got to wash this tank out really well. It's been a day or two since this thing's been run last. Make sure this is really clean inside, so we don't get any of the debris into the new system that we're putting in there, new fuel system. Just make sure it's good and clean. Just slosh that up real good. Drain that into our disposal bucket. We got it all nice and cleaned out. We're going to cut a point into the fuel line. On the right hand side, we're going to stub this in, and we're going to get it in there about an inch. I use needle nose, and you can grab it and push it, but I need to have both hands on it to do it. Clean this up so we get an estimate where the fuel lines go to. They're going to go to there, so we're going to take this and cut it off around there. Return line. Now we're going to cut this into a point again. We're going to put it into the left hand hole, and then we're going to get it in to where it comes out of the tank, about that much. Alright, so then we're going to go ahead and cut the point off, and we're going to stab a brand new fuel filter on the line. Alright, and then we stick the filter back in. Make sure it's sitting right in there in the bottom of the tank, in the middle of the tank like it's supposed to. If you have to, you can pull on this to bring it towards you or whatever. And then we're going to leave this one long so that we know that this is the one with the fuel filter on it. Alright, so now let's get to the nitty gritty, the good stuff here. Is this the old one or the new one? This is the new one, right? Yeah, it's got to be the new one. Yeah, that's the old one. Alright, so new filter. we're going to, all right, first we're going to get gasket. We're going to, we got to put a gasket on the air filter assembly. It's going to be the one with the little hole off to the left like that. This one, the hole straight bottom, goes on the other side of the carburetor. See how it's got the hole straight on the bottom. All right, so we're going to put this, hold on. We're going to go ahead and stab the air filter assembly onto the carburetor. This little spot up towards the primer ball. And this gasket, this little hole, is going to line up with this little hole. That is the vacuum line for the fuel pump that's built into this carburetor. I'm going to get the throttle cable hooked up to the carburetor and then line it all up and tighten it down. Got it all tightened down. Make sure the throttle is working properly. Alright, the top line, okay, so the short line is the return, long one's the filter. The top nipple is the return line, so that goes to the short line. Go ahead and stab that on. And the bottom nipple is the long line, that's the fuel filter. So we're going to cut it to length, and then we're going to stab it on, just like this. Alright, we're going to throw a little gas inside the tank. Just like that, just make sure it covers up the filter. We're going to prime it up. Make sure it's priming. Make sure that the filter, if the filter is foaming, you know you've got this backwards. Just prime it up. Just like that. Put a gas cap back on. Alright, so it's not wanting to idle. It does start. So the idle screw is this one right here. We'll turn that clockwise to bring the idle up a bit. Air filter in. Air filter cover back on. Alright guys, again, all the parts will be in the description below. If this helped you out in any way, shape, or form, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Today's t-shirt will be in the description below as well. If you want to do any advertising on my channel, message me. I'll be more than happy to have you. Peace.